Price, I've got a court order. I'm now returning to my seat on the board. Mr. Pereira needs to leave.
Thank you.
Armed with a court order, investment specialist Wade Steen today reclaimed his seat on the board of the state teachers' retirement system 1 year after he was forced out of the pension system by Governor Mike DeWine. The 10th District Court of Appeals ruled today that the governor overstepped his authority and has no constitutional or statutory right to remove a board member once that member is duly appointed. Steen's return was celebrated by only half of the other 10 board members, the 5 who are also demanding reform.
These people, the retired teachers and active teachers, have been waiting a long time for change. Change is here. Change is now. And change is going to happen, and they're trying to stop change, and they're not going to stop change. Change is coming.
Steen was given a hero's welcome by retirees, and after attempts by the board chair to block it, a ceremonial oath of office delivered by an 86-year-old retired teacher who says she's been waiting a long time for change.
My concerns are like everybody else's concerns. Doing what's right for all teachers, getting what we were promised.
That includes cost of living adjustments that were promised but denied, an end to lavish bonuses for the investment staff, and transparency from the board.
Wade was the only voice in the wilderness for years until we started electing reform candidates. Now, with Wade, we have a majority of reform candidates, and we can actually maybe make some significant changes to our pension system.
What's the reform that you're calling for first? What do you want to see happen?
I think probably first and foremost is transparency.
We don't have transparency.
Jolie Sellers is one of the 5 board members, like Steen, who are demanding reform, asking for investment information from the STRS staff and pledging fiduciary responsibility.
We want to have accurate information. And how can we do that if we don't have accurate information?
Information was not forthcoming at this meeting. Board Chair Dale Price tried to adjourn, but after objections from Steen and other reformers, he instead called a 15-minute recess. Then, minutes later, gathered his belongings and walked out. The meeting came to an end.
The fact of the matter is, they don't know that I don't have new business or old business or something relevant to share, and they have just silenced my voice, and that I am not appreciative of.
Steen's return to the board lasted less than an hour, and the ruling from the 10th District Court of Appeals might now go to the Supreme Court.
Hopefully, the governor will step back, allow Mr. Steen to continue with his position as he was appointed without further legal proceedings.
But just after the hearing, a spokesman for Governor DeWine told me they are urging an appeal of the decision because they fear it will affect even appointments made by the Supreme Court and the General Assembly. Late today, in a statement, the board president, Dale Price, said he adjourned the meeting because legal counsel needed time to review the court order. And he said it became apparent he was unable to conduct the meeting in an efficient and effective manner. He says the board will take up outstanding items at the meeting in May.